Just wanted to start from the beginning. And if you can think about, what you were doing before you started working with us with this type of product, what type of a problem were you trying to solve?
Sure, yeah. So, industry background, it's finance, so there's, compliance and regulations and things like that. So, the main problem that we were trying to solve were two big problems, actually. One is just the storage of documents and, client files, corporate files, and the like, and then actually retrieving them when they are called to, called to be presented by, regulators or otherwise auditors.
You started off with Laserfiche to solve that problem, but they weren't helping you because
Well, I think we started with Laserfiche because that's just what the people, my predecessors set up. I think they had a really big plan to go large scale, and that's what Laserfiche was for. But we ended up not, or they ended up not doing that, and we didn't really have like the staff to justify using Laserfiche. Like we, especially, we didn't have an IT person, which is somewhat, but in my experience, I think is required if you want to use Laserfiche. Otherwise, and that's just like another cost. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck with the guy who knows how to use computers well. Um, their support is not good at all. I don't think they have support actually. They use third parties. So we went through. I can't remember. I think we went through Nexus Tech. I think who is like a third party distributor, and they're hard to reach and they're difficult to work with and they cost extra money, which, all bad things for a small company.
yeah, totally. So, I mean, what were your main frustrations with the actual product?
So the product specifically, for one, it's a lot slower because I don't know why it's slower. That's an IT question. But it was slow to use and it was difficult to configure things. For example, when importing documents, there's just a lot of rules that you can set up that you wouldn't know unless you were part of like the onboarding, I guess. So we had things. So whenever we backed up something, we backed up two versions of it basically, and that made it slow. And retrieving things was also slow. I already told you, for whatever reason, ours just slowed down a lot around after like 1 p.m. Pacific time. It would just slow down for no reason, um, or some reason that we don't know of. And then also on the administration side for like creating users, giving users permissions and things like that. Um, again, just difficult if you don't have someone dedicated for it.
Do you feel that you no longer have those problems when you moved to DX? And what was the difference that you actually felt between the two of us?
Yeah, so I didn't get to play with the importing very much, but the creating of like the file trees and stuff makes a lot more sense. And in terms of the user administration, we have Ron, and he's great, and a lot of communication, great support. So that's like the biggest thing for me, is the support.
What was it that was the major driver for you guys to make the decision to do business with us?
The most important thing I think for me was I went through all the other products. I don't even remember their names, but I went through their websites, and a lot of them, or I think DX was the only one that explicitly said that you guys worked with finance and have dealt with FINRA regulations before, and yeah, FINRA and SEC regulations, and you guys were compliant in all those and have like the certifications for cybersecurity and things like that. But yeah, that was another one. Cybersecurity is a big one.
Yeah. So what would you say the difference there was?
Laserfiche was kind of just a backup. Like we would just throw documents in there and it would stay there. But a lot of the things in there actually can't be accessed anymore because people in the past put passwords on it or they've actually like deleted stuff. So that's not good. And yeah, we don't know how to recover it because we don't have a guy for that, and we'd have to reach out to Nexus Tech every time.
And then I guess my last question really would be, would you likely recommend us?
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. And then I guess if someone right now is watching this or listening to it, what would you tell them that would help them take action now? Like, why were you guys so interested in moving forward at the rate that you did?
Checked all the boxes, and the time crunch is like another thing. It was more like the transition period was quick, which is nice because longer transition periods, things get lost in translation.
Thanks again for the time, Alex. I really appreciate the kind words, and good luck in your new venture.